Our perspective on this from the beginning has been that the lockdown movement basically represented an abandonment of pre-COVID science. If you read the epidemiological texts before COVID, they were very consistent. They all spoke out against lockdowns, which were then called quarantining of the healthy, justified largely on the basis of their collateral damage. But a more subtle reading also takes you to works of epidemiology that stress the adverse nature of general coercive measures in the face of an age-graduated epidemic like COVID. When you have distinctly, sharply age-graduated mortality, anything that you do from a general coercive perspective is going to shift the burden from the non-vulnerable to the vulnerable, and is expected in terms of conventional, fairly basic epidemiology to lead to a worsening of mortality from coronavirus. And that is indeed what our research has shown we see. Lockdowns have not been associated with a reduction in COVID mortality, far from it.
Our resolution today is that individual liberty versus collective action. Lockdown is one possible tool, but that does not define collective action. And so I'd really like to broaden out that discussion. In public health peacetime, I'm all about individual liberty. When we're talking about that you should drink less or eat more fiber or whatever we're talking about in terms of population health, I'm a strong proponent of education. I'm a strong proponent of establishing positive social norms, leading by example, doing research. There's a lot I could say that really favors individual liberty. But that's not the case in an emergency. In an emergency, and there's a lot of precedent around the world, it's possible to bring in a separate set of rules to say, during an emergency, we need to do things differently. The classic one is the Blitz in London during World War II. People were forced to sit in the dark at night. Now, if that is an incursion on individual liberty, I don't know what is, right? No talking, no reading, nothing, sit in the dark, be quiet. Why? Because when you flick your lights on, you're providing a target for bombers. So everyone has to. It's not about individual liberty. It's not about please turn off your lights. It's like, let's all band together. No, there are no lights. There are no lights. There can't be. Otherwise, we all die. So there's no room for individual liberty.